Guys, deluded. Now, we got to speak about it. I know Wenger stepped down, but I know you guys are waiting for me to speak about this. Do I actually believe he wanted to step down? My answer is no. I don't believe a man wanted to step down. I hear reports that he wanted to step down last year after winning the FA Cup and them things, and there weren't a replacement. That's conceivable. I could believe something like that. I can't believe, even to a degree, I still don't believe it because there's been many a year. I love the guy. Many a year, man should have stepped down. Many a year should have stepped down. He showed. I personally thought he would. Pardon my language. I love the guy, but essentially die in a job in the sense that he will. He loves football so much. Oh man, damaged the bottle of my perfume. But aftershave. Sorry. But yeah. I thought he would love the job so much he would stay in football at least until he's physically unable. That's exactly what I mean by that. So I don't believe he wanted to step down. He still believes he can bring the side together and all of these things. And at the same time, on paper, he's won an FA Cups in as many years on a quick succession. Some managers that have spoken of being elite and them things there across the road have not won a trophy yet. I got to do that to you Spurs fans, man. Come on. But yeah, major trophies elude us. We're going backwards. Defensive records, away form, title challenge, progress in the Champions League. Just downright stuff for the fans to look forward to. Haven't been there. Like they just haven't been there. So it is time to call it a day. But considering the timing, especially the timing out of nowhere, mid-season, with on paper Europa League to play for, I don't believe he wanted to step down. But then when I look at the league, I do think he did because. Okay, we were fighting for Europa League. We need to rest players for this Europa League kind of thing we're trying to do in it. But when you consider that, he used to say, like, as long as we got a chance, we'll fight. Mathematically possible, we'll fight. We'll still fight to win games, and that was him. But he was throwing it away in just the approach at Newcastle and all of these things. And maybe, like, I do think he wanted to give young players a chance, but just quickly bringing through young players on a quick thing, giving them their games in this short succession could have been it. I think he's finally been. There's serious mind games and stuff going on behind the scenes, and now we're gonna see for all Wenger's wrongs and all the things he's done wrong of recent years and all the things he's done right because he's a lovely man. We're going to see what the board is because there's no more hiding behind Wenger and all these connotations with Wenger hide and keeping all of these players that aren't worth it. We're going to see what other board members, what they're really on. Because Zidane wanted Wenger out. I'm not in the know, but everybody knows that. He's got it. It's the catalyst for change. He's done all of these things. It's time to prove our mettle. I don't think Wenger wanted to step down. I really don't. Especially now that we've come out of financial problems and he's shown he dictates when we spend. A couple of times he's been shagged in departments, but he's shown he can dictate when we spend to the point where we don't sign an outfield player in a season. Of recent years, it's hard for me to say this because I don't really think it's the case, but on paper, on money spent, the best assembled squad of recent years. Yeah, I don't think a man wanted to step down. I can't lie, man. I think the board literally said to him, man, it got to a point where so much man conspired. It got to a point where I do think the fans not turning up and all the fans' aggression did play a part, but I do think it's overstated. I personally think for whatever reason, it got to a point where they said, listen, Wenger, if it gets to the point, end of the season, we're going to set you have from now to the end of the season to announce when you're stepping down, big man. You've given us 20 years. You deserve to go out with respect, with honour. Every dog has its day. In the same way Muhammad Ali should have called it a day, so should you. So we're not going to rub you out after 20 years. So we're going to allow you to come out, announce you're stepping down. You give whatever reason you want. And then, yeah. And then his hands are tied. And it was probably a thing where he turned around and said, you'd have to sack me or bust. And it's come to that. And it's a thing where only those who know, to be honest with you. This is all speculation, to be honest, man. And, like, the randomness of the news is the main reason I think he chose to step down. Like, he could have done this at the end of the season. If we really are trying to win the Europa League and stuff like that, he could have stepped down at the end of the season. He could have announced at the end of the season. But he could have, again, at the same time, he could have just genuinely announced this because he wanted to genuinely announce this and thought it would have a different effect on the players that, because they'll have some, whether they like him or not, will have to play for their futures. Some will want to ride for him. The fans will want to see him go on a good sort of way. The most logical fans and fans that, regardless of their opinion, are just decent human beings, would want to see that. So it was a way of galvanizing and uniting everybody connected to the club in whatever capacity. That's personally what I believe. Like I said, I don't know people, man, but I'm out, man. Guys, Deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. Thank you very much for having me as usual, people. You make this thing worth it, because if you never watched it, it wouldn't be here, would it? So shout out to everybody around the world. Follow me on my socials, DeludedGuna04 and everything. DGuna04 and Snap. I'm out.